we were working with a business coach. That particular business coach was Tim Gustafson. And he approached me and said, hey, Jason, we've known each other a long time, personally first and then professionally as we work together as partners. And he said, I think you would really benefit from becoming a member of Vistage. And so I kind of went on a journey with Tim and did a little research into Vistage and said, wow, this would be really neat. Because I'd never really been a part of a group that wasn't in my specific industry. And so kind of took a leap of faith with Tim. I'm proud to say I was his number one person to join, and I haven't really looked back. And
Vistage is a group geared towards CEOs, and it puts me in with that close one-on-one interface with other executives at my level, that I can have that exchange with. And that I can support them and they can support me.
I would say one of the biggest benefits that we've, as a company, have gotten from Vistage is some of the speakers that they bring in have really spoken to us and kind of moved us in a certain direction.
Some of the benefits that we've derived from Vistage have been, maybe seeing things coming before we would normally see that they're coming, things like AI, and feeling like we're at the cutting edge and understanding what's going on in those industries. So I think it ranges from things that have helped the business to even things that have helped personally or more on the personal side of employees with health and wellness and balance and things like that.
Vistage is really focused on the business, right? There's core processing of issues each session, which is a big thing, right? It really speaks into the specific issue that your business is having. 9 times out of 10, somebody in the group is having the same issue, but it's a very good methodical process of this is the issue, let's state it, make sure we're clear about it, and then really walking through, am I thinking about it from the right perspective? How do I attack that problem? Which I really wasn't doing with the other groups. You might just state a problem, somebody's like, well, here's how I fixed it, right? When you're really not breaking it down into those pieces and getting to the core of it.
See, with Vistage, that I haven't seen with other groups is the ability to be vulnerable. I've seen that a lot of other organizations that I've been a part of, I still have the need to kind of have a front, to be someone who is strong and just like always on top of it and just have that type of front and that type of persona. Whereas with Vistage, the first day I walked in the room, I mean, people were just dapping me up and, and tapping me on the shoulder, and just, it was really like a brotherhood of sorts. And it's a lot different because it is very community like, as opposed to just being a business group.
So when I look at the investment in Vistage, including the time that I spend away from my business to go to Vistage, it's important for me to bring things back, tangible things back to the company. So I feel an obligation to my senior management team for me to share the things that I've learned. And a lot of times I'm summarizing the great speakers that we have that come in for our Vistage meetings. I'm summarizing with anonymity some of the issues that are being processed, or it's inspiring me to take a different look at some of the issues we may have within our company.
Vistage has just helped me grow more as a leader, not just a business leader, but a leader in my home. I'm a better dad as a result of Vistage. I'm a better husband as a result of Vistage. And we have a special group with Tim's group here in Charlotte. And if you want to grow and become better and improve, become a better husband, wife, spouse, partner, father, this is the place to be.
The most unexpected part of Vistage that I've loved, but I wasn't expecting it, is just the friendships that I've received from Vistage. As I said, me and my accountability group, they'll just reach out and be like, hey, how's your day going? What you got going on this weekend at the shop? And I love that aspect about Vistage. I didn't expect to gain friendships and, just honest, good peers that, are willing to be there for you and help you and, have a honest, love for what you're doing and want you to progress too. And I think that's the biggest thing I've got from Vistage is just the friendships and the accountability group and their help.
We come from all walks of life. I'm one of the younger ones in the group, but I can gain so much perspective across the board from just different stages in life, what we're all dealing with. It's just a real powerful group. And I've got folks that I do business with. We have folks that I can pick up the phone and call. There's a lot of conversations that I have. Like, I know a guy in my Vistage group that could probably help you out, unrelated to the business that I'm doing. So it's exciting that I can help other people out, or at least give them an option to explore if they have any issues or any opportunities they're trying to uncover.
I would say my exclamation point of being a member of Vistage and totally unexpected was that I would leave an industry that I had been in for 25 years and join one of my cohort members in her business. And totally unexpected, and but one of the best decisions that I've had in my life and impact my life personally and professionally.
I would say the most significant transformation, I came into Vistage, or before Vistage, I would say that I knew what tough love was, and I even would say I'd pride myself in tough love. Well, what I learned in Vistage, what I learned from Tim, is that love has to come first. So from Vistage and being in the group and seeing Tim model love has to come before accountability, and that's one of the greatest things I've gained from Vistage.
I think for me it's just been confidence in myself. I work at a company where my dad owns it, my uncles are the head sales guys. I've always had this idea that, maybe I'm just here because of my last name, but now I realize that, I do bring something to the table, and I think Vistage has helped me realize that it's more than a last name for me. I do bring something to the table.
The ethos of our particular Vistage group holds a lot of significance to me. It's one of just openness, transparency, genuine care. It's one that I truly think that you just cannot pay enough for. It's one that when you come into a room, of individuals you may have not seen within the last month, you are just extremely excited to come and join and be a part of the meeting that day. It's one that when it becomes Vistage week, meaning our meeting is on Thursday, I am excited come Monday morning. I know that's on my schedule for the week. It's an exciting time to be there. I know that professional growth is coming, but I also know the interactions that I've missed maybe from not having seen some individuals for the last month is coming, and I'll get updates on things that they were issued processing, and hopefully they've made new advancements towards those. But so it's just the level of care and connection is very present and very rewarding.
The most unexpected thing for me in being a part of Vistage is the rapid professional growth. I always expected, when we started 3 years ago as a Vistage member, that I would grow as a leader and I would learn new things. But you don't realize how fast if you're willing to, the uptake is on what you can take away from the organization, from your coaching, from your peers, apply it, and if you're really smart about it, you figure out a way to implement those things quickly so that you can grow in what you're doing?
I have had some surprises by being in Vistage, and I'd say one of those is that I'm still in it 2 years later. Okay? Because I'm very busy. You know, I, like most of us, you know, we're all busy. But I kind of anticipated early on that this was not necessarily something I'd be able to stick with, just because I didn't know if I'd be able to give it the time and attention month after month. And I've been very surprised, because not once have I ever considered leaving Vistage, because those monthly meetings that I attend are so impactful. And even though sometimes the day before I think, how can I possibly go to that meeting? But then the meetings rejuvenate me. They give me much more enthusiasm. I always feel much better after having attended the meetings. And I don't think that's just me. I hear that from other members in the group too. So in the end, it just keeps me inspired.
The last speaker that we had struck me in a way that, and has kept with me in a way that I haven't experienced so far. And it was just it hit me it was the right message at the right time. Not only for me, but for our company, because the problems that he was attempting to allow us to solve was exactly the problems that we needed to discuss in our company. And so a few days after that session, we had a staff meeting, quarterly staff meeting, as we always do. And I felt that I needed to kind of throw away the normal script of what we talk about in a quarterly staff meeting. And we just sat down and we had a discussion about that topic. And it was it caught everybody off guard, because it was the total change from the status quo. But the message resonated with so many people in our company in a similar way that it resonated with me.
So one thing I look forward to at each meeting is the feeling of trust within the group, that not only am I able to be vulnerable and bring up things that are challenging problems, but also knowing that other folks are going to bring challenging problems, and in some ways just look forward to thinking of problems in different ways and hearing about challenges other folks have, and that always is thought-provoking and makes me, I'll take back someone else's problem and you know, compare that to things that are going on at both Cluck and the Speakeasy.
The biggest thing that's changed with me since I've joined Vistage is to be more open to other ideas, open to looking for different paths within, you know, how you're going to handle, whether it's a hard decision that has to be made, or employee directional, or going out, you know, marketing, different things. Not always to think that there's just one way, that there's, you know, there's multiple paths. And it's really been exciting to be able to explore those through my relationships at Vistage. And the other thing is that, you know, if I have a problem where it's something that's really I'm struggling with, I bring it to Vistage during our meeting, and I get, you know, 12 friends, experts, whatever you want to call them, my peers, to help me and guide me and give me a whole list of items. And Tim always sends us a little recap and says, these are what those guys say that we should do. And it gives me a good focus on how to fix the problem. And I've done it on a couple of occasions, and it's really worked out to my advantage.
Yeah. So Tim's coaching has been extremely impactful, not only for my personal growth, but for the growth of my company. I'd say the biggest reason is Tim's got a huge heart, and I think a lot of times business can stray away from the human aspect of everything that we do and get to the tactical and the strategic. In this case, when we start with a foundation of starting with doing things for the right reason, doing things for people, and having compassion and having a big heart, that feeds our entire group. So I give Tim all the credit for that, and for bringing his heart first, and having the the guts and the confidence to be able to lead with that, and knowing that it's going to have such a positive impact on our Vistage group.